Miami Heat Nation, what is going on? So, in today's video, we are going to be continuing the series of 4 to 5 targets that I believe the Miami Heat should go after this summer. So, my last video, we did the centers. If you missed that, make sure you go check it out. And today, we are going to be doing some forwards. So, first person on the list will be Cam Reddish. But before we do get to that, how can I forget? If y'all enjoy Miami Heat content, smash that subscribe button, turn on notifications, drop a like and comment, and all that good stuff. And I appreciate it so much. And comment down some players that you want the Miami Heat to target. Now, first person on the list, mind you, this free agency year, you got to be more realistic, right? There isn't great free agents available. So yeah, this is what we got to work with. And also, Miami Heat can't really go after big names, right? Anyways, Cam Reddish. Played for the Lakers last year. I believe he was dealing with an injury. Played 48 games, averaged 20 minutes, averaged 5.4 points a game, 38.9% from the field, 33.6% from the three-point line, 2.1 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal. Now, Cam Reddish is still fairly young. He's only 24 years old. People tend to forget he was a lottery pick in 2019, and he's listed about 6'7". So he does bring that big frame over here. Has a capability of shooting threes and spreading the floor, but he's more mainly known as that defender. And I wouldn't mind him on my team on a cheap deal. I really wouldn't. You're not going to get him for scoring. There's some nights where, he could pop out and stuff like that, but, just the length and the size, I'll bring him on my team. And, just his last contract with the Lakers was like 2 years, $4 million. So we can fairly get him for pretty cheap. Like I said, I understand he's not a bigger name. Probably guys are not interested in him, but I do think it makes perfect sense for the Miami Heat to go after him. Now, my second option, which I think a lot of people want to go after, and I honestly think it does make sense, it's going to be Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram will be available for trade. It looks like the Pelicans will not be giving him a contract extension. This year played 64 out of 82 games, averaged 32.9 minutes a game, scoring 20.8 points, shooting 49.2% from the field, 35% for the three-point line, 5.1 rebounds, 5.7 assists, and 0.8 steals. Now, been on the Pelicans and Lakers throughout his career. And like I said earlier, the Pelicans will be moving on. He's still fairly young. He fits the Bam Adebayo timeline. He's at 26 years old. The wingspan of 7'3", height 6'8". So once again, you're adding size, you're adding height. And that's one thing the Miami Heat do is lack. They lack size and height. And so I'm not too sure what Brandon Ingram's value is. Because just look at the stats real quick. Let me be honest with you. He really didn't perform in the playoffs. He struggled. He did struggle. I will give him a little slack. He is coming off injury, but he did struggle. Look, he never scored 20-plus points in the playoffs against OKC. 12 points, 5 for 17, 18 points, 5 for 10, 19 points, 7 for 14, 8 points, 2 for 14. They got swept 4-0, and Zion Wilson, whatever his damn name is, wasn't even playing. So you definitely expected a little bit more from Brandon Ingram, but at the end of the day, he's still a player that can give you 25 and 5 every single night. And once again, does fit that timeline. And also, when we do look at his contract, which I will pop it up on the screen, it's gonna be tough, right? But I do think that a Tyler Hero will be a better fit with a Zion, right? So this is his contract right here. 31.6 million average salary. He signed a 5-year, $158 million. Obviously, Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson will have to be part of this deal, but Tyler and Zion and Trey Murphy and Herb Jones think that's a better fit than a Brandon Ingram and Zion fit. So that could possibly work out over there. And I think obviously this is the big wheel that you go after if you can't land obviously a Donovan Mitchell or Bradley Beal or stuff like that. Now, on to the next one. Like I said, the free agent list is not the greatest, but I do think these make perfect sense. Is a Tory Craig. I would love to have Tory Craig on my team. Is a little bit smaller, but he is 6'5" and does have the length. This is known as a defender for the Chicago Bulls. Averaged 5.7 points a game, 43% for the field, 39% for the three-point line, 4 rebounds, 1.1 assists, and 0.6 steals. I will say he didn't play too well this year. Was out of the rotation mainly, so I don't really see him going back to Chicago. But mainly the years that he was good was during that Phoenix Suns run. Brought a lot of experience, brought a lot of toughness and grit and ability. And I feel like he does fit that Heat culture. Capable of knockdown shooter. I mean, the last couple of years shooting 39% from the three-point line, which is really, really good. And just another size and gritty player that fit the Miami Heat culture. As you notice, I'm going after more size and length. I continue to keep saying that during this video because this Miami Heat team lacks it. And for teams to win championships, look at the Denver Nuggets. I understand the Milwaukee Bucks got eliminated, but they still won a championship because of size and length. The Boston Celtics still have a chance. Look at the Minnesota Timberwolves with Rudy Gobert and Karl-Anthony Towns. We need to compete against that size. So when it's just Bam out there and then you go Caleb Martin and continue to go smaller and smaller, it's not going to really get the job done. So we can bring these players into cheap, and I would love it personally. And then lastly, DeMar DeRozan. This one right here is very, very interesting. I would love a DeMar DeRozan on my team. He is 34 years old, 6'6", but that dude can still hoop. He can still hoop on a consistent basis. I mean, just the last 3 seasons of him, dude, like I said, 76 games, 74 and 79. This dude's a pure hooper. He doesn't take the regular season for granted. He will be out there consistently. We can lead on him throughout the regular season. I'm pretty sure if we lead on him, we through with him during the regular season, we will no longer be a playing team. So I think that would be pretty cool. He did say he wants to stay with the Chicago Bulls, but he is a little bit pricey, once again, like Brandon Ingram and stuff like that. But I know a lot of Miami Heat people, they want to bring him in, right? So I'm just going to show his contract on the screen. There you go. So look, so he's about 26, 27, 28 million dollars. Average salary is about 27. It's either he goes as a free agent or as a trade, whatever happens. But yeah, so those are the pieces that I think makes perfect sense for this Miami Heat team. A nice Brandon Ingram, a Cam Reddish, a Tory Craig, and a DeMar DeRozan. Obviously, I put the 2-star players in there, and then I kind of put more realistic targets like a Tory Craig and Cam Reddish. Like I said, I understand they're not the big names, but they are players who I personally think fits the Miami Heat culture. And if there's going to be any coach that can turn around somebody's career like a Cam Reddish, like I said, he was a lottery pick, it's going to be Spoelstra. Look what we have done to a lot of these players like a Caleb Moore, like a Gabe Vincent, like a Max Strus. And it's crazy because when you notice, Gabe Vincent struggled with the Lakers, right? Max Strus has been struggling with the Cavaliers, has been up and down. Like a lot of these players, when they leave the Miami Heat, they struggle. It's because it's our system. We have a great coaching staff, and we just know how to play their best ability of their ball. So if that didn't make sense, I feel like it didn't, making this video at 1:30 a.m. But yeah, once again, let us know in the comment sections what do you guys think, and get ready for the other videos of point guards and forwards and shooting guards and stuff like that. I understand the NBA is kind of unlike, the positions are like, really doesn't matter at this point, but you get what I'm trying to get at. But have a great night, and I'm out. Peace.